Welcome to The Real Estate Show on WGBF AM with your host, Charlie Butler. This is where you'll learn to sell your home quickly and for more money. And now, the host of The Real Estate Show, the guy who guarantees to sell your home or he'll buy it himself, Charlie Butler.
Good Sunday morning, Tri-State. This is the Charlie Butler Real Estate Show, and I'm here as I am every Sunday with my co-host, Evie Barr. Good morning, Evie.
Good morning, Charlie. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's Sunday.
It's it's a good Sunday, but it's also, I know for you and I both, a little bit of a sad time this last week.
Yes.
I think we both lost a couple people close to us. And she was never on the show, but several of my team members you hear on the show. But Abigail Cole, who was only 30 years old, died unexpectedly about a week ago. And I know you knew Abigail, Evie, and knew she's just a super nice person.
So incredibly sweet. She and I had a really great lunch where we got to know each other a few months ago. And just the best word I can think of is just such a sweetheart. She and I connected on some things, and just a wonderful person to be around.
And she'd only been in the real estate business for about a year, but she was really starting to come on and was going to be very, very good. And I just, if Abigail, if you hear it, we're going to miss you. And Evie, I know you lost somebody close to you also.
Yeah, I was really good friends with Dylan Barnes, who everybody knows as the memorial teacher and track and field coach in cross country. And I feel like he is, it's a loss for that community. And the amazing thing about Dylan is, from talks that we had, he had no clue as to how much people loved and respected him and how many students' lives he taught, plus different groups like the LA Dirt Riders, motorbike kids, taught so many of them how to ride. And he just loved teaching. It was just a wonderful guy. Very, very sad loss.
It's always sad to lose someone that has really made a difference like that. So,
and he totally lived life to the fullest.
Good for him.
Yeah,
good for him.
Yeah. So, but I know your team is greatly affected by losing Abby, and
we are. She's, as I said, she was, and it's such a shock. I mean, it was so unexpected. There was, obviously that we knew of nothing wrong with her. So,
and I think it totally proves the point with both of these being unexpected that, you don't ever take a day for granted. My dad, his big saying was always live your life with no regrets. And we really do have to all abide by that, because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, or you don't know what's going to happen to someone around you tomorrow.
And you don't. And so, Abigail, Dylan, the Charlie Butler Real Estate Show's for you today. So and I know Evie feels the same. We were better off for knowing you.
Definitely.
But Evie, so what's going on in the mortgage world?
It's crazy busy in the mortgage world.
It is really busy right now. I
mean,
in real estate overall. I mean, commercial, residential. I didn't mean to step on you there, but
you're fine.
But it is. I mean, it's just, and we're very happy about it, obviously. But
yeah,
this is,
no offense. I feel like I'm on one of my good dates that I always talk about, where the guy just steps on what I'm saying. But
hey, by the way, I just talked to Leslie Morgan.
Oh, great.
So, and Leslie is going to get you hooked up too. Okay, so remember, Evie's still looking, guys. So if Leslie don't get the job done, somebody needs to.
Well, so what I usually do is I flip it back, and I do ask the guy the question. So my question to you is, what's going on with inventory right now? I know spring's coming on. Is inventory getting better or worse, or where are we at with that?
Next week, Teresa Catanese is going to join us. We're going to talk a little bit more about that next week, but we'll talk a bit about it now, is the fact that, it's still not good. I mean, you get a home on the market in good condition that's priced right, and it's selling right away, and many times with multiple offers.
Yes.
And selling at or near full price. But there's not enough. I don't want people to think I'm exaggerating, but there are 10 buyers for every one of those houses. Right? I mean, we've all got buyers stacked up, right now. And it's the same way as many of you listening to the show know my team does residential and commercial. It's the same way on the commercial side, especially in multifamily. I mean, we're going out of the area. We closed a large complex in Anderson, Indiana. We're working on one with a company in Oklahoma City.
Wow.
We've had to on that end because we got buyers who mainly look for. A lot of our buyers that look into Evansville, and people say, I know there are people who are listening and say, well, these guys don't want to invest all this money in Evansville. Well, you're right in one sense. The guys that are investing in California and Florida, they're looking for that 30% return. They're not going to invest here because they're willing to gamble. Hey, they'll get 30% return, but when it goes down, they're going to go down 30% too.
Right.
The ones that are investing here are looking for stability.
So the buyers or investors that you have there buying in Anderson, Indiana, and Oklahoma, are those local investors, or
No.
do you have connections with people out of the area?
We've got clients in 38 states and a couple foreign countries. The Anderson Group is out of Connecticut. We just did one here locally with a group out of Dallas. And we're doing another one here locally with a group out of Sarasota, Florida.
So if a listener has someone that's interested in coming to Evansville for commercial purposes or investment purposes, your team would be a great team to contact.
I mean, please do. And if someone's listening that's got a property and you're thinking, well, I don't know if I want to sell, but if you're thinking that there's a time you're going to sell, it's a good time because there are guys getting prime prices right now. And so give me a call. I'll give you my cell number. It's 812-499-7758. And so give me a call. Email me at butlercommercial@gmail.com. Or send me a Facebook message. And if there's anything you want Evie and I to talk about on the Charlie Butler Real Estate Show, send us a message. And Evie, your contact information?
I can be reached at waterstoneindiana.com. I can be emailed at ebar, that's B as in boy, ARR, at waterstonemortgage.com. Or I can by phone at 812-463-3199.
And I think our guest today, we may have some things that actually will incorporate into the mortgage process. I just think I just drooled on myself. So
I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah, I know you.
Kind of like one of my dates too.
Oh, okay. If Leslie's out there listening, Evie doesn't want a drooler. Okay, so that's oh my, I can't believe we're going here. But
lightening the mood, Charlie. That's all I'm doing.
I know. But anyway, we've got Ryan Beck with us today from Van Beck Services. How you doing today, Ryan?
I'm doing great, Charlie. How are you? I know you're excited to see me, but we need to keep the drilling down a little bit.
I haven't seen Ryan in a while. Ryan and I go back several years. Ryan is a former realtor.
Yeah, we go back to the Realty Group days.
Yeah, that's what, 2004, 2005, maybe before
possibly, maybe even earlier than that.
Yeah.
And
Ryan was a young guy then, just starting a teaching career.
I was a 4th and 5th grade teacher, and
I shouldn't say you were a young guy then. Got a little gray in that beard now. I got a little gray in the beard
now, but that happens. I guess I'm just thankful to have hair. But 4th and 5th grade teacher, and always had an entrepreneurial spirit, and really enjoyed real estate and meeting new people and talking to people, and so it was a good fit. So I enjoyed. I think I did it for about 2.5 years, and then went back and got my administrative license for education, and so something had to come off the plate.
Abby, I can tell you that Wayne Ellis and I and others did everything we could to talk, because Ryan was working part-time and was doing somewhere around $3 million a year in business, I think.
Maybe
Wow.
total. I don't know if I did $3 million in a year, but maybe
that
during
one
whole-
year. That 1 year when you got started, I mean, you were just boom, 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 and then you went back to teaching. He was going like, "Come on, man, you're making all this money. What are you doing?" You know. And,
I didn't want to get off the dock at that time. I know the boat looked really nice, but there's some security there on the dock.
There
Yeah.
was so in moving forward, Ryan later on started Van Beck. What year was that, Ryan?
We started Van Beck in January of 2012. So we just celebrated our 5th year anniversary.
That's
Wow.
great. So before we get into the details on Van Beck, you want to give an overview of what Van Beck does?
Sure, I'd love to. We are an all-inclusive home maintenance company. So we have several different departments in our business. We have a team that strictly does mowing. We have a team that strictly does landscaping and landscape maintenance. We have a contractor, and we have a handyman. We have a painter. We also do lawn treatments, fertilization, weed control, and then we also have a cleaning part of our business. So we can cover any aspect of the home maintenance needed. And then what we don't have a license for, electrical, plumbing, things of that nature, we have great relationships with vendors that we utilize in taking care of those needs for our customers.
How far out do you guys go? Are you strictly just in Evansville, or?
We cover the tri-state area basically.
Okay.
So we cover Mount Vernon, Newburgh. We go up to Hopstot. We have not gotten into Kentucky, but you know, the Indiana side of the tri-state area is our
Sure.
coverage area.
Ryan, one of the things that you and I were talking about earlier, and might be of interest to our listeners, there are times as I sell a house, for example, and there are certain items that need to be fixed on that house before it can close. During the inspection period, before both sides can officially come together. We were talking. You guys take care of quite a bit of that kind of thing too, don't you?
We do. We actually have a team out in McCutcheonville right now doing some work at a home that was recently sold, and the inspection report came back, and some gutter repair needed to be done, and some other odds and ends. So they contacted us, and we provided them with an estimate, and they agreed to it, and we were able to meet their deadline, because typically I think sometimes the buyers want a reinspection or somebody to make
Right.
sure that work was done by a licensed professional, and so we're able to provide that information for them as well.
So, Evie, this sometimes would be important in your process, right? Because like someone like FHA, who may be a little bit more of a stickler sometimes
Yes.
for things, I thought you might want to take off.
Very,
from there. Yeah.
very much so. A lot of times with FHA appraisals, it comes back that the appraiser states there's certain things that need to be repaired. So a lot of times it's chipping and peeling paint. Which, do you guys do interior and exterior both?
We do, yes. Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
And then, some of the other ones a lot of times are if there's holes in the siding. And I'm trying to remember some other ones that have come up recently.
The famous, always if there is a guardrail missing,
Insulation was a
stuff
big
like
deal for a while there too. They had to have so much R value in the insulation of the attic. I know we had a couple of jobs where the insulation needed to be upgraded.
Gotcha. And I'm listening to you talk. I think of your business really as somebody to come in and do the honeydews.
We're a big fan of the honeydew list. Yes, we everyone's busy.
Yes.
Busy professionals, young families doing soccer and hockey and baseball, travel, and there's just things around the home that need to get done, but just don't fall high on the priority list. And we have customers call us all the time, say, I've got 10, 15 things that need to be done. And we come in and take a look at it, itemize it, prioritize it. And, sometimes they might do 2 or 3 things at a time, and then they might wait a month or two and say, okay, I've got this now. Let's go on to the next step. and we work with them in that aspect as well, and fit them into the schedule, and it's kind of a relief for them because they know they've got somebody that they can call and trust. They know our team. One of the things that we really like is the relationships that we have with our customers. A lot of our customers know my kids' names, and they know, John and Sean, and it's awesome to see that relationship.
Yes.
So we really like that.
This is a great idea. I can remember when Ryan. I'll be honest. I remember when Ryan first came up with this, started talking. I said, I was a skeptic. I was like, would there be enough people at the time? Which, Ryan's a great guy, and I hope so. But I guess I was thinking about myself because since I can't drive a nail straight, this business will be a little bit difficult for me. But Ryan, besides Van Beck, besides doing the honeydews and the day-to-day stuff, we were talking, you've also got people that say spend 6 months of the year in Florida, and their house sits vacant here for 6 months. So kind of what I know that they hire you, so kind of what's your role for them, for those people?
Our business model has changed a little bit since we started, and we were a membership-based company, and we've kind of gone away from that. But we still offer those same exact services that we started with back in 2012. We have a lot of snowbirds, if you will. We have a lot of people that travel to see family out west. They may be gone for 3 weeks to 3 months at a time, and so we go to their home periodically, once a week if they wish, or once a month, just kind of check on things. We'll go by there after a storm, make sure there's not a limb through the living room. We actually had a situation 2 years ago where there was a plumbing leak at a customer's home, and they actually had a family member picking up a package at the home, and they smelled a musty smell. Sure. And they had a plumbing leak, and it was a bonus room above the garage, and the drywall fell on their cars. And
oh my gosh!
Mold was already starting. Wow. And that's not something that you want to come home to. Now, I hated to make that phone call to that homeowner. It was a very difficult phone call to make, but they gave us their blessing. Go ahead and start demo. Go ahead and start treating the mold, and we'll be back in 3 weeks, and we'll see where we're at that point in time. So we were able to get a vendor to come in and do the mold remediation, and we did some demo work, and we started putting the drywall back in, and we did wait on the flooring and the vanity replacement because that's a personal preference, you know what I mean? So right. we did push pause on that, but we got it to a point where it wasn't to the point that we took and got their cars detailed for them.
Wow.
So, there wouldn't be damage, drywall on their paint for a long period of time.
So with spring break coming up and a lot of people being out,
it's already spring break outside.
I know.
We've had 70s and it's been crazy weather.
Cold and back and forth.
Yes.
But with spring break coming on, with summer coming up, if somebody wants to reach out to you for a service like that, what would be the best way for them to contact you?
The best way to get a hold of us is on our office number, 812-618-2010, or vanbeckservices.com. Again, that number is 812-618-2010, vanbeckservices.com.
Great.
And this, as you said, Ryan, I know you, so I know it. This is, you're not like, I just want to make clear you're not like, nothing wrong with a handyman, but that's not what you are. You've got a full scale business here. And you've been very successful with that.
We have very defined roles within our company. As far as, we have a licensed contractor that does some remodeling for us and a handyman that they work together as a team. We have landscapers that do landscaping every single day. We have lawnmowers that mow lawns every day, and then they do leaf removal in the fall and the winter time. So we have very distinct roles within our company, so everyone is trained and knows what they're doing for each part of the business.
Yeah, and again, as Evie just reminded me, you're listening to Charlie Butler Real Estate Show, which I get involved in this and completely forgot. I did say it a couple times earlier. I kind of worked it in.
You did. Good
job.
Catch
that? Okay. But so Ryan, if somebody like you're cleaning crews and you're cleaning people. So if you said like I want to get my house cleaned on a regular basis. I mean, you've got people that do that.
Yeah, we've got a full-time cleaning crew.
Want to get my lawn mowed on a regular basis. That's not just for people that's going out of town or for people that are selling their house. That's for everybody.
That is correct. Yeah, we have a full schedule of mowing that is a weekly routine. We've got cleaning customers that we do every 2 weeks. We do once a month. A lot of people will try to do every week, but they find that's just a little bit too much. So a lot of times they'll scale that back down to every 2 weeks. We do deep cleans, before the holidays. If you're having a birthday party or some kind of family event and you want to hey, this house is a mess. We need to get somebody in here so like one-time deep cleans, we do that as well.
And I would think a deep clean would also be good for someone looking to put their house on the market, just wanting to make sure it's in perfect prime condition.
You're not just not a pretty face. You know what? I mean,
I worked it in there.
There's actually something in there besides, So
yes, but if someone is looking to put their house on the market and maybe they just want that extra shine to the house, that would be a great opportunity.
We
for
do
you
a
guys.
lot of what we call move-in, move-out cleans. So people who maybe just sold their house, they've moved, the house is vacant, and they want to kind of make it look nice for the new buyers to come in. We come in and kind of clean before the new buyers take possession. Same thing with getting it ready for an open house maybe.
Yes.
So we do that quite a bit for people.
And also, if someone's buying a home, it'd be a great opportunity to call you guys as well. I'm a little OCD about how clean a house is, and I know whenever I moved into my last place, it was supposedly professionally cleaned, but I don't know who they were because they did not do it. So that would be another opportunity as well.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But also, and we get these calls all the time, is where people say, look, I want to list my house. It's March right now. We especially get these calls in the winter. I want to list my house in a few months, but why don't you come out now and tell me what I need to do? And you may tell whatever those things are. It can be depending on the house. Obviously, it's something different. And if it's again, I think we hit on it a couple of times. But you're not just cleaning and mowing, things like that. You got contractors, if they need new carpet, if they need whatever in that, I'm trying to think of some of the painting, some of the normal things that, that we recommend. You've got people for that.
A lot of times people gear their house while they're living there to fit their particular needs, knowing that this might not be a great selling point for a potential buyer. And we get that a lot, especially with painting. They may like a certain color walls, or the kids' room. They want this kind of wild color or something that, we all know neutral tones sell houses better than a bright pink wall or something, So we do that a lot for people that, hey, we're going to sell this house in a couple months. We want to, kind of get an eye of what needs to be done. And a lot of times we'll come in and we'll do some painting. We may replace some drywall there's been some drywall damage to the point where we freshen up the landscaping, maybe trim the bushes, put a new layer of mulch down, some curb appeal for them as well. So we do that quite often for people.
And and that's a great service, and that also kind of leads into you, Abby. That when they get things like this done, this makes a house a whole lot easier to finance too. Once it does sell, right? It makes it easier to sell, obviously.
Yes.
And if
you're looking at doing the government financing, whether it's FHA, USDA, or VA, if a seller can hit the items head on, that the chipping and peeling paint, if there's any electrical or an appliance doesn't work but staying there in the home,
rough, it's
you can reach out to Ryan's team and hit upon those things up front, that's definitely the way to go. Take care of it. And as a realtor, my question to you is going to be, can't you, repainting a room or doing little bitty updates, doesn't that get the seller more bang for their buck and improve the value of the home to sell?
It's funny we talk about this. It's kind of like with landscaping. I know Ryan mentioned doing landscaping earlier, and Ryan being an old realtor, I think probably knows this too, is, You might do $1,000 worth of landscaping and add $10,000 to your price.
Very well could. Absolutely. Yeah. And a lot of it too is that first impression. When you pull up,
absolutely.
When you pull up to a house, or you see a house that's for sale in the area that you want, and it does just not grab your attention, you immediately have a perception about that home. So whatever you can do to get that initial, this looks nice.
Yes.
You got one foot in the door already, so to speak.
And I'll tell a great story on that. And I've had this happen multiple times, but one I can think of. God, is a lot of people know I work with a lot of bigger investors, but these guys, one in particular, who several of them do, but he does single family houses, but goes in, these guys make them really nice. But the bathtub, and I don't know what it is about the construction, but the bathtub's always where everybody throws everything, you know. And so I called him and I said, I just did that, but anyway, we'll leave it at that. And I say, he said, it's ready to list. He said, you know, I've had my cleaning people in there, and everybody forgot about the bathtub. Take some people through there. They loved it. That bathtub was dirty, completely turned them off the house.
Wow.
I mean, they were in love with this house, and it flipped on a dime just like that. And they bought another house. They did not buy a house. And I've had that happen more than once, where you'll see one little thing, you know, like that. And Ryan, I know as a, you know, you go back years as a realtor, I'm sure you saw that when you were a realtor too.
Everybody kind of has their particular thing that they want to see in a home, whether it's the kitchen because we cook a lot, or, you know, they want a bigger bathroom, or the cleanliness of it. So I can definitely see how if that doesn't hit your idea of a perfect home, and if it hits you wrong, it can turn the tables really quick.
And I think painting would be huge, because we all know that avocado green in your living room or kitchen or whatever is a beautiful color and you love it, but the next buyer coming through probably doesn't like it. And it would be great to reach out to Van Beck and have them come in and put more neutral color in there to pull more buyers in. The
one I'm always curious about, and I don't know if you've done this, Ryan, but I see, you know, got a couple friends that are high-end home builders. I'm talking, you know, $1 million plus homes. And these things are so customized to that person. I mean, to their taste. And in fact, I got to be really careful here not to mention names. One that was over $3 million, and they were Arkansas Razorback fans. And in that home, there is Arkansas Razorback everything. The builder took me, let me go through it before it was done, or just when it was done. And he said, we would have to completely change this if they ever wanted to sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick, you might have an IU fan looking at the house, right?
Yep.
So, exactly.
Yeah.
So what do you do? You know? So if you're looking at a house that has Arkansas Razorbacks or whatever in it, Ryan can take care of it. Ryan, I know we're starting to get short on time. You want to give your contact information again?
Yes, Van Beck Services, 812-618-2010. Again, 812-618-2010, or vanbeckservices.com. Charlie, Abby, thank you so much for having me. We really enjoyed it, and thank you.
It was fun,
Thanks
Ryan.
for being
Thank
on.
you. And guys, I could tell you, Ryan does a great job, and I know when we get somebody like this, we're looking for somebody trustworthy. Known Ryan a long time. You couldn't find somebody more trustworthy than Ryan. Okay, but so Ryan Beck, Van Beck Services. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you very much.
And Evie, we haven't talked much about mortgages, so go for it.
We're going to talk all about it next week whenever Teresa Catanese is on here. I'm going to start off strong.
Oh, she'll want to talk about beauty pageants.
Oh.
And I'll just sit here and you guys will talk about all that stuff. You know,
If anyone is looking,
if she would bring
to
some of
buy,
her models in, that'd be great. You know, but
yeah, I think some of her crayons would be pretty cool. So if anybody is looking to buy their new house, the first step they need to take is to get pre-approved for the loan. If anyone would like to call me for pre-approval, they can call me at 812-463-3199. Email me at ebar@waterstonemortgage.com, or can do an online application at waterstoneindiana.com.
Call the Charlie Butler team at 812-430-1708. And I know C. Butler at kw.com. I know we're about out of time. So thanks everybody for listening, and we'll see you next week.
You've been listening to The Real Estate Show on WGBF AM with the guy who guarantees to sell your home or he'll buy it himself, Charlie Butler. Join us every week at this time to find out how to sell your home quickly and for more money. For more information, email cbutler@kw.com or visit charliebutlerteam.com.